everyone, and welcome back to my blog. My name is Kaley, and today, he doesn't need any introduction. I have my dad, Pastor Brad, with us again. And so he had preached a sermon probably a few weeks ago now, and he said something in that sermon, and it just really sparked me, and I was like, I need to interview him. I need to have him back on the vlog. So welcome back, Dad.
Good to be here, Kaley.
Yes, I know. I miss you guys. This is, I said this in my vlog with Kenneth, this is kind of the longest time of the year that we're not together. And this time last year, I was technically living with you guys.
Yep. Pretty well ate us out of house and home.
Oh, yeah. Was it me or Caleb?
Ran out of G2. Mm-hmm.
That is true. I do steal his G2 a lot when we're home, so. But anyways, he had said this quote, and I'm going to read it. And this is something that you have told us, the boys and I, when we were not just younger, but just all through our lives. And you have said, you might not always be the best, but you can always do your best. So what does that mean to you? Like, where did that come from?
Oh, I just kind of wanted to kind of stir up in you guys the idea of what it means to, give your all the time, because you may try to do your best, and you may even do your best, but you still may not come out on top all the time. But yet you can have that satisfaction on the inside, knowing that you gave it your all and you didn't leave nothing behind. So just trying to stimulate that a little bit in your lives. So, yeah.
No, that's so good. And I think a lot of times, and this is where we're going to kind of go with the vlog, but success. There's a specific definition that people think about success, but you shared something in your sermon too about significance. So what is the difference between success and the difference between significance?
Yeah, a lot of people in our culture, we strive for success. And to me, to be successful, sometimes we get the implication that we have to win all the time. But not everybody's going to win every time. Sometimes you're just not going to have it all there, and things are going to come up short. But if you search for significance in your life, that means you're actually doing something to make a difference in the world around you. It doesn't really matter what the score is on the scoreboard, but what really matters is the touch that you've made on other people's lives, and how important that is. The idea that I see many times is that we need to make sure that we create meaningful moments and let that be kind of a goal in our life. Success, sometimes, people chase after money and chase after all these things, which isn't bad, to have some money, but yet, there's some things that's more important in our life, and that's to make a difference in other people's lives. So significance to me is defined that our life has meaning and you made a difference in the world, and how important that is. Yeah.
No, that's so true. And I think about too, like, usually you were the breadwinner for our family, thinking growing up, and I can't really think of many times that you missed a dinner. Like, usually we always had family dinners together, and even if you had to go back to work, you would always make sure you were home for dinner. And even if it was like us eating dinner earlier, like at 4:00 or something, that was something that you didn't want to miss those moments with us.
Right. Those are important, those family times together. And, it's also important, as we do that, not just even with family, but the world around us, and how that just makes a difference. I've kind of found if you only chase success, we can have a tendency to run the risk that we exploit others so we can get what we want. But if we chase after significance, we're going to be investing in others. And when we do that, when we make other people better, we get better in our life. And I've tried to do that with my family and, at the church and people around us, to try to invest in their lives. I mean, that's what's really going to last.
That's so
I'm not
true.
looking for a name or a building named after myself. I'm more looking for, to have the legacy of things being carried on from generation to generation. Yeah.
No, that's so important. I think it's like true, like you're known by your fruit, like what you're leaving behind. And so are you leaving short-term fruit or long-term fruit? And I think that's so important. And I think about legacy, how you've changed the legacy for our family. And legacy is very important to us. Is there anything you'd like to share about just legacy and the significance of that?
Yeah, legacy is something, I'm 61 now, so I feel like I'm getting a little bit older. It's maybe young for some or old compared to others. But, just as I closed in on this chapter of my life, I got to thinking about, what the future holds, how many more years of ministry am I going to have, and, what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. So I kind of reevaluated some things in my life, and it some soul searching and things like that. And, one thing I just want to encourage too is the fact that, what I've watched is sometimes people, when they get older, they kind of pull back, and they've even told me, well, we'll let the younger people do it. But I want to challenge people to think about this. God has probably invested anywhere from 30 to 40 to 50 years in you, and now you're going to keep all that wisdom to yourself. To me, that's not legacy, that's selfishness.
Yeah.
I really believe in cross-generational ministry and, being able to get people together at different age groups and things like that. So I just want to challenge those people that are maybe, up in the mature part of their life, just to don't quit, just keep investing, in the generation to come, because we need to, get this legacy so it's a positive thing, so that lives are being touched and changed by the power of God.
That's true. That is so important. And I think about my friendships, and I have friendships in different generations, and it's not that one is more important, but I do glean and learn more from the more mature and older friends that I have, and just like you and Mom. And so I'm so thankful for those relationships and just the wisdom that you do impart in me. And, I feel like your legacy is, carrying down between the boys and I, and just to see that legacy continue to grow. I just think that's amazing.
Yeah. How important it is. Yep.
Yeah. So good. Well, do you have anything else that you want to share? Any dad nuggets, any words of wisdom that you have for my viewers?
Well, I got a few, but the one that I want to share today, I just read an email and it got me thinking about something. It told about a story of the starfish, and maybe you've heard this before. For whatever reason, the ocean had thrown a bunch of starfish up on the beach, and a guy was out walking, and he looked up, and there was a little girl throwing one starfish at a time, back in the ocean. And there were thousands of them. It was an undaunting task. And he walked up to her and says, "Why are you doing this? You're wasting your time. It's not making a difference." And the little girl kind of got sad for a moment. And then, she picked up one of the starfish and said, "Well, I'm making a difference in this starfish's life." And so that's what we need to see, is that sometimes we get focused on how big and how great we can do things, and we forget that a lot of times ministry and legacy and all these things about, searching after significance just comes by one life at a time, making a difference in somebody else. And then through that, the laws of multiplication can take effect, and no telling how many lives can be changed just because you took the time to help change somebody else's life.
Man, that's so powerful and such like an amazing analogy. And it's true. I think about that sometimes, like when I'm doing my vlogs, like sometimes I get discouraged, like maybe the views aren't what I would like it to be, or it's not growing as fast as I would like it to. But I will have one person like message me, or even tell you or Mom or something, just how much that vlog meant to them or how it impacted them. And it just brings me back of why I've started it. It's all about the one. If this ministers and touches one person, that's what it's about. And of course we want it to be more widespread, but I think if you keep that humbleness of wanting to serve and just living your life and, making sure you can even just impact one person, it just makes life worth it.
Yeah, a lot of times we make the mistake of chasing after width when we need to be chasing after depth.
Yeah, so true.
How important that is. And I know God's done a great work in you. You made your parents proud, and I know that you're making a mark on the world around you. So we're very proud of you.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for being on the blog and just always sharing your words of wisdom. He is an amazing pastor, and I love listening to him every week. I get to still listen to him from down in Oklahoma because they do live streams for their church. And so I'll put the links and everything below so that if on Sunday mornings you want to tune in and listen to Pastor Brad or look at their YouTube channel, that you can also listen to his sermons. And so I love you, and thank you so much, Dad.
I love you. God bless, Kaley.
Bye.